I'm on the play, right? Okay.
You will indeed be on the play.
So on the play, I actually really like this hand. It's not, you know, the most perfect hand, but you got your mana Excel here. Actually, you know what? This hand is not that great, because then what am I going to glimpse into? I can glimpse with this thing, and this thing costs 2. You know, we'll just mana Excel and see what happens. That's half the game. You can keep, this would be, oh, so this is blind I would keep with just because of that, usually. The rest is just gravy. Okay,
Zach's trying to his face.
Is that due to him? He looks sad. Oh man, that's funny. Alternatively, if I had other mana Excel like a Deathrite, I would hold the Green Sun to get a Symbiote to go with the Visionary. But with this hand, I kind of want some mana on the board.
Do you lead on the fetch or the Pendelhaven?
That's tricky. I would probably lead on the Pendelhaven with this hand.
Just in case you want to get a Dryad Arbor later.
Just in case I want to get a Dryad Arbor later, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good? Alright, here we go. Go ahead. I'm sad. Don't do it. So you ask nicely sometimes, and people just don't listen.
Well, to be fair, in this specific instance, I can't listen.
That's true. So that's not the worst thing to have happen. It's you always expect your 1-drops to die. So the name of this deck is dealing with disruption. If you have like a weak will and like you just don't want to do it, your deck's gonna be no fun. Yeah, because there's people just gonna mess your stuff up, and I just want to make happy elf guys living in the forest, and people just don't want to let that happen. Oh, go ahead.
Do you get Dryad Arbor with?
I aggressively get Dryad Arbors in play.
Okay.
That's just me because they can.
Not afraid. No fear of Pyroclasm or anything.
Fear. There's no room for fear in this deck.
Okay.
Cowards can't block warriors.
There's no room for fear. Okay, now I'm afraid a little bit. That's good. So he will get. Let's see what he gets first before. I'll probably get a GT or a Dryad Arbor anyway. Just curious.
So do you just go nuts next turn with a glimpse?
Look at this. I'll try. Well, it depends on what I draw.
What could you possibly draw that would change that?
A Cradle would be great, or a Quirion Ranger. Might actually, if this was a forest, it'd be way better. That's one drawback of having the Pendelhaven is sometimes it doesn't interact that nicely with the Ranger. I'll cut you real quick. Some people in playtesting don't cut, but I feel like it. You know, you play how you practice. You know.
That's a good point.
So you try and just keep your decorum steady. And tap draw. Okay. So I have 2 lands in yard. He's got. Did you get a GT?
He got a GT.
GT. Okay. Draw for turn. All right. So I just drew a Heritage Druid, which is pretty good. If he has a force,
you can go pretty crazy this turn.
I can go crazy this turn if he lets me. So here's the thing. I need to get to 3, and I don't have an untap effect, so I might want to just delay that actually, because I play the Glimpse, and then I have 2 lands to do stuff with, and I'd have to tap this Deathrite. So I'd have to draw a land or an untapped dude off of that first Glimpse draw, which is not the best.
Didn't you tell me like it's not a fear?
No, it's not. That's not a fear thing. That's just numbers thing. That's an odds game. And he has. I mean, he has no appreciable clock at the moment. Huh?
I thought you could play 3 things, right?
I can play 3 things, but so I'd play the Glimpse, tapping the land. I'd play the 1-drop dude.
Yep.
Draw a card, and then if I want to actively use my Heritage Druid to go crazy, I have to have another land or another guy untapped. I could tap this guy to play another guy, but then they'd be tapped. So you have to be like on the back against the wall to make a play like that. For me, I wouldn't make that play in this scenario, especially because he's just sitting there. What is he going to do? He's not going to kill me next turn.
Do you think the Birchlore Rangers is too unlikely?
What do you mean?
To get there? Like you could if you draw a 1-drop, you can cast it, right?
Yeah, I just don't combo aggressively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was just a value glimpse. I don't know. I see Elves players play.
Oh. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I guess I could go for the Glimpse here, and if I draw well, then I'll look like a god because I'll just hit crazy stuff. Yeah. But I would rather play a little more conservatively.
Gotcha.
That's just me, though.
Fair enough.
So my conservative play in this instance would be protecting against the attack. So I'll eat a land here instead. No, that doesn't make any sense. Boom.
I've been told you're a very conservative Elves player. Like there's some who just gun it, just always gun it.
Sometimes I'll gun it if I have to. But
well, sure.
If I don't have to, I'd rather just yeah, because I have all these goodies in hand. Why would I go crazy and then? It's also embarrassing when you do that and you draw dead, because then you just feel like a scrub. Okay, so I drew a Nettle Sentinel. I probably could have gone Buck Wild next turn. Or that turn. Maybe. No, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So I'll play that. Let me see here. Don't load the board. See, I could. Here's the thing with Glimpse: is it incentivizes you to hold cards in hand. So next turn I have this, which is
insane.
Just crazy.
It's all of it, right?
This is just all that you ever want. If I draw a Cradle, it's just like Magic Christmas Land, right? We'll see. He might have some disruption next turn. I'll pass the turn to him and just jam it while he's playing. But yeah, so that's how I would have played that. I mean, you never know what you could draw if you play it different with Glimpse. Fetch, so it's 19/19, I think.
I believe so.
So in this scenario, I would love for him to kill my Visionary if he's going to do that. I think he might try to hold mana up for his GT end of turn. We'll see what he does.
I wonder why he would fetch now.
Is his main phase?
Yeah.
Maybe he just got some tunes on that are like he just feels really good right now. Have to get it. Brainstorm. Close enough. So now I'm going to assume that that 2 mana he has in play is locked down. He's not going to do anything because he wants to warp in his GT.
Yeah, I don't really understand that play. Like,
uh-oh.
It seemed...
Okay. He set up probably 1-drop on top. Okay, now my life sucks.
That green... Oh, no, you don't.
I forgot he played... this deck's so confusing. Okay, I'm good? Okay. Usually it's Stoneblade or Counterbalance. You stick them together and I lose my mind. Okay, so this draw was horrible, so it's a good thing we didn't glimpse last turn. Now I'm kind of worried of glimpsing this turn because he might just have, some Buck Wild thing.
You just play the Scavenging Ooze in YOLO?
No, if I play the Scavenging Ooze, he's going to next turn, if he has a land drop, I'm assuming he has a land drop, he'll just drop his GT in and wreck my board. I'm trying to play around that, but I don't have a lot of options in the hand right now.
You could trade.
I could trade. Oh, I do have the Pendelhaven. It's not the worst thing ever. Now I'm trying to think. This is bad. I kind of just want him to whiff on the counterbalance and go for a glimpse, but I'm assuming he's not a dummy and put a 1 on top. Maybe he doesn't have a 1. You never know with these things. I could just test the waters. Do that. Okay, let's see here. Now, which 1-drop would I want to throw away? If I throw away the glimpse, it's really greedy, because then if he just does that, the whole hand's dead.
I guess I just don't see, the point. Isn't it so much more likely that he has a 2 on top?
Well, we have a 2 on top.
Sorry, a 1 on top? Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm
pretty sure he would put a 1 on top, but sometimes they just don't. Sometimes, he only could deal with the first 3 cards he saw, right? If I play the Scavenging Ooze, oh yeah, I could trade, I guess.
And it's also, it wasn't a brainstorm, it was a ponder. So he only has so much control.
The selection is 3 cards.
Right, but he could have shuffled. Yeah. Unless he drew counterbalance off it.
If you think your opponent is stinky, I would fire the glimpse. Or if I'm just in a YOLO situation. You're right, the Scavenging Ooze is better. Because I can just block that thing and then pump it if I have to. Okay, you're right. You should play this deck for me. Sometimes I don't know.
I do have to say, if you've ever seen Daniel play this deck in an actual tournament, all of this happens out loud anyway for the most part.
Sometimes.
Even without people talking to him.
Sometimes. I think I'm going to go with this and let's see what he does next.
Instead of saying card names, he's just saying I can do this and that. Oh crap! Except
I don't say what they are.
13.
It's always a fun experience playing against Dan. You never know what he's going to drop.
He doesn't make fun of me.
Singing your praises, Daniel.
I know. Slow play. Okay. We'll do this.
Judge.
He didn't even check the top, so he knows.
He looks unhappy.
Okay. He doesn't look that unhappy. He's a very steady guy. He doesn't have fits like the rest of us. I'm gonna get wrecked by this GT. No land drop.
Gonna call in your 1 time?
A lot of times I do it. I'm not even 1 time. I'll just call it out over and over. No land drop. He has it. Sometimes with these blue decks, you just have to have a stronger will than them, a force of will.
Oh,
if you will. If I tell them not to do it, sometimes they don't do it. They don't have it. But sometimes they just, brainstorm into it. Okay, now I'm sad. He's gonna come in with that. If he has removal, this is bad. My Pendelhaven's tapped. I probably should have tapped with Shaman.
I thought Pendelhaven only pumped.
Well, I could pump a Visionary if he wants to shoot it with a GT counters.
Good,
or potentially save the Dryad Arbor if he needs to.
Yeah. Okay, so he's tapped out. He played his land. Actually, it's not the worst thing ever. Not the worst thing ever.
Yeah. He shuffled too, so he doesn't know what's on top.
That's true. I'll block here.
Sure.
Okay, so 1 damage, 2 counters. I'll give you these.
I wonder if he has Treasure Cruise in that deck. It'd be
I
pretty
hope
insane.
not. So he's going to do 1 to that, which is really bad. I should have left that Pendelhaven untapped. Now I just feel stupid. Okay. Okay, not the worst thing. Yes.
Like at this point, you can almost just start eating stuff with the Scavenging Ooze and just eat him. He doesn't have any creatures.
Yeah.
Way to continue using the
I'll
jet.
eat your land, make a green, eat the Visionary, pump 1 here.
Eat a Stoneforge.
Oh, that's smart. You guys are really good at this game. I'll eat your Stoneforgers. That's pretty good. I wasn't even looking at that. Okay, so 1 on there. I get 1. I don't know what I'm at. 20?
You are back at 20, I believe.
Draw for turn. So the worst part is that I kill Arbor, and I have, boom, no lands.
Oh no, you can't even green sun for an Arbor.
Alright, this is, now we're at YOLO o'clock right now is what time it is. Let's see here.
Do you just go for Glimpse, or is that too crazy?
If I go for Glimpse, I'd play the Glimpse, and then I would play Deathrite, tap Deathrite to make probably Birchlore Ranger, then I'm tapped out.
Oh.
Then I have to hope to draw a land. He can't get me with that GTA for several turns. I think I want to just develop my mana here and try and Glimpse later. I might be overly conservative with this Glimpse, especially with a blind top. But I'd have to draw really hot off that first draw for this to be good. Okay, here.
I mean, the counterbalance isn't quite blind yet. He still has the second card off the ponder.
He shuffled off.
He shuffled off his touch. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think I just green sun for some mana development
Never mind.
here.
Never
But what kind? Because if this is not a forest, Ranger's not that good.
I wonder how many 1-drops he has in his deck. I wonder. I guess it's fewer than most conventional counterbalance lists because of the Stoneforges.
Yeah, I just want to develop mana right now. So I'll tap these 2, eating 1 of your lands with the Deathrite. And X is 1. No, he has it 2s. Oh, interesting.
Good call.
Bolts
Good call.
are. So now I know he has a bolt.
That's a crazy list.
Now I know he has a bolt. X
I wonder
is
if he
1.
plays Sword Splashers too.
Let me see here. So now I know he has a
He
bolt. I
showed us
might
swords in
want.
the first game.
Oh right.
See my hand here. He's gonna bolt my Deathrite, so I might just want to replace my Deathrite. Or a Symbiote is fine. He's probably gonna bolt that Scooze.
I'd say like the good part about your board is him bolting either creature still leaves a very good creature on board.
Yeah, really.
I'm going to ensure that next turn is good by getting that Deathrite Shaman. He can shoot the Scooze. He's probably more scared of that right now anyway.
I noticed that your list doesn't have any like Fintorn Elves or Llanowar Elves or anything like that.
No, yeah. If people play them, it's usually just 1 as the 9th thing in 4 Deathrite, 4 Green Sun.
Okay.
And it would be like the 9th 1-drop. I'll attack for 3.
They used to play like 3, didn't they?
Yeah, back in the day. Way back in the day. Go ahead.
But then Deathrite came.
Then Deathrite came and yeah, the list
Things
changed.
like Heritage Druid is just vague.
If people play any now, it's just the one of this deck is weird. I don't know what's going on. Don't kill my
Wow.
things.
He's
Yeah,
like
so he's gonna
infinite
take this.
2-drops.
+3 to me. I don't know what I'm at. 23.
Oh, he has swords and bolts.
Oh right.
Rude.
Okay, so it's good thing I got that Deathrite.
Infinite tokens too.
This feels really bad.
Where's his tokens?
2 tokens.
Blind, he has some stuff.
All right, Cradle.
We can find tokens in a minute.
All right, so
So you've got 3 mana.
I've got 3 mana. I can go. Sequencing can be very difficult with this deck.
So they're elementals, but elves versus goblins just feels better.
Okay, so I kind of want to start with Glimpse. The safer play would be to go play a land drop, Heritage Nettle, tap 3, Glimpse, Birchlore. You only draw 1, but you have little extra mana there. A riskier play would be to start with Glimpse, use Deathrite to make a dude, probably.
It seems like the only way you
Birchlore.
win is to just.
I have to draw hot right now.
Yeah, really. Like,
Yeah.
with Jit on board and Counterbalance in play, and him tapped out, doesn't look like it's getting better for you.
Yeah, and if he just has to run out random, well, you know, let's just go right now because we're from behind, so we just got to get back in the game. I just want to draw a Cradle right now. Yep, don't do it. Okay. I think I want to scoop. Yeah, the whole hand is 1s. Yeah, you got it. I mean, I don't have to scoop.
Do you want to play your land?
Oh, God, this is horrible. Sometimes it's just horrible with this deck. I just want to scoop. I don't even want to play this out. If this was top deck, I'd play it out.
Do you block?
No, you don't block because then he's just going to kill it anyway with combat damage. Well, it makes it easier. No blocks. No blocks. Yeah, so now I have to use both counters. Actually, does that matter? No, then he had 1 counter left if he... Yeah. God, this is horrible.
What could you draw? If you draw... You don't have a Dryad.
I shot off. I don't have a Dryad. Oh, I still want to land.
You don't have any third. I actually about to say Rec Sage, but
If you draw Cradle and he has nothing on top, could you hardcast Craterhoof?
Maybe.
You're pretty close.
Ugh, I'm just depressed. So losing with this deck is probably the worst experience in Magic. Winning is cool, but losing feels horrible because you just this is what happens. You just get all your stuff killed, and you're okay. This is.
You're close.
Let me try this. I mean, I can just throw stuff on the board, but I can't make that hoof. Oh, dude.
Oh, he's brainstormed too?
Oh, right.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is the
'cause
worst
he's
ever.
great.
Yeah. I think I would just scoop here.
Just do it.
Scoop? Play it out? We'll play it out. We're here. I drove all the way here. I'm going to play these games. This is the worst ever
that one's bad.
of all time.
That's not
So now I
good.
can't play stuff. Go ahead. Yeah, this is actually the best way to beat this deck. People are always like, play Deluge or whatever. No blocks.
Best way is counterbalance? Or Jit?
No, the best way is to just... He hit 3 removal spells.
Oh, right.
And a Jit and whatever else. So yeah, just like attrition, you know. Bunch of removal, 1-ofs. 1-for-1 removal. Just, I think that's the best way to beat the deck.
I played Bug for a long time, and it always felt like treading water, but a lot of my removal spells cost 2.
I can't play anything right now. Now in this situation, if I'm trying to win, I would just hope to draw enough mana to like Green Sun into something to kill the GT or something like that. But the clock is quickly closing. With my life 13, is that accurate? I mean, I could play this, but what's the point? He's just gonna do this stuff. There's this thing called the Elf player phase versus counterbalances. They just go like. Because that's how it feels. It's like, God, what am I going to do? I can't do anything. This is the worst thing ever. Yeah, go ahead. Whenever I see another person in the tournament who has that face, I'm just...
Very sympathetic?
No, I'm not sympathetic at all. I'm just like, that guy got bad pairings. That sucks. He did it and I didn't have to do it. He took a bullet for the team. I think this is going to be an unceremonious butt kicking here. 5, yeah.
No pumps?
I mean,
he can play as aggressively or as conservatively as he wants at this point. He's just got it all wrapped up.
Pumps doesn't really.
I wonder if he had a...
Oh, get out of here. What is going on? This isn't real Magic.
This is insane.
I don't like it at all. I think I played against some variant of this somewhere. Where did this come from? Is this some crazy thing?
I have no idea.
I don't even know how to board against this. These are the kind of decks that, people are always like, how do I beat this deck? How do I beat this deck with Elves? And I'm just like, just don't get paired against it and let them beat other people up. That's horrible advice, but that's my advice to people. My hand is full of 1-drops and a Craterhoof.
Yeah, your draws haven't been great.
Yeah, I think well, they were great if I had this stuff.
True,
and,
true,
You know,
true.
that's the... You got it.